Hi. I always catch you at the weirdest time and the weirdest act. You say yep, you say you're ready, but you're not. But anyway.
I thought I was going to get my swallow in. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fashion Victuals Radio. Right here on ripradionetwork.com. Happy Hump Wednesday, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for catching me at the wrong time. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Hopefully, everybody was able to get out a little bit last weekend because a few cities opened up in the DMV area.
Mm-hmm.
Some that may not have been closed before, but hey, I actually was able to get out a little bit last weekend.
Oh, okay.
Went out with my sister and one of our girls. We did a little bike riding a little bike riding in DC. Pretty fucking scary to see my city at a standstill. But it is what it is. I mean, like,
I mean,
literally, no. Brian, I've never seen DC at dead silence and no one on the street.
Except for maybe a Sunday.
It was a Saturday in the middle of the afternoon.
Potato.
Downtown DC.
I mean,
I'm literally riding in the middle of Pennsylvania Avenue.
I mean, you're treating this like a scene out of the beginning scene of 28 Days Later. I mean, come on, it
looked like.
Oh Lord, it's not that bad.
It's not really.
Well, maybe because where I'm at, I mean, I've been seeing people on the street walking around.
I'm talking about as far as cars driving, like that.
Well, that should be a good thing because DC
was none of that.
I mean, New York is far worse. I mean, if you were living in New York, then I really understand your complaint.
If I was living in New York and I saw New York look like DC, I would be freaked out. Like this, I'm just a little, I'm shocked. In New York, I would be freaked the fuck out because New York is always on go. Like everybody's always got somewhere to go. Someone fast. They're moving real fast to get nowhere.
I see ya.
But in DC, like nice day during the summer, people are out and about at day parties, brunches, something. See what I'm saying?
I get you. I understand you want, these used to be lively, it happened and all that stuff. Mind you, I mean, it's been 2 to 3 months. Things are slowly getting back to quote unquote normal. So, and give it time. Just give it time.
I know. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
anything else been going on besides the bike ride and 28 days later too?
Just being busy.
Oh, that's good.
Keep
your mind off of all this craziness.
Yeah. Just pretty much keeping sane, I would say. I had actually skipped town for a few days. I had, as you know, last week I was in North Carolina, just to get a change of scenery. Now I'm back to my regular scene,
right?
As you can see. So, but other than that, nothing too big on my end. How about you?
I just been, preparing for today's show, preparing for, Rip Money Night next week, preparing for the game show that should be on Friday.
There you go. The show Friday at 8 o'clock,
game
right?
time at 8 o'clock. So people who wants to catch Tierra either whipping some butt or getting her butt whipped, depending on what game we're playing, tune in for that. So
only get whipped in one position. That's it.
I think our interview with September Rain kind of fell over into this one.
No, it didn't.
So, I mean, but all in all, it'll be highly entertaining. So and fun.
I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
Yes, and this will be a game you haven't played. So I know we played some games on the show. So this will be something new for you. I mean, it's an oldie but a goodie, as they say.
Interesting.
So,
well, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
So,
sorry, I'm getting somewhere.
Yeah, you got a lot going on everywhere.
I know. I'm trying to figure out where the ding came from, whether it's this direction or this one.
It's like getting one of those hearing tests. It's like, it's over here, it's over here.
Crazy. Well, we do have a very packed show today.
Oh, yeah. It's the Underground Show.
It's the Underground segment here on Fashion Victuals Radio, where we have artists come in and pretty much tell us what's going on with them.
Yeah.
And I don't want to tell y'all the artists yet, but we also have some other Fashion Victual news today. That's going to be very interesting to hear. So we got a pretty packed show today.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff. So we got to, why don't we regroup and so prepare ourselves.
And shout out to Miss Juliet Unbound. She hit me up. These are two artists that she is very near and dear to. She's an amazing person. I love her dearly. She's been on the show a couple times. If you all love the theme song to Fashion Victuals Radio, she is the theme song. That is her. She is all the way live. So shout out to her. I'm really looking forward to the show today. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So you ready for it?
I'm sorry. I got a lot going on.
Yes, you do.
All right. So let's go ahead, take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to go right into Fashion Victual News right here on Fashion Victuals Radio.
Bye.
I felt that bliss in my soul. She said, darling, you the man. And I'm that, she that, we that, together forever, I be that. She looked me right in my eyes and called me daddy. She called me daddy. And the next rap, she spot, water, gon' drop, yo hot, don't stop, I eat the vibes. She called me daddy. She called me daddy.
Take a seat, rest a little. Don't you understand that I am here to serve you, here to love you, here to please you? Only one thing that I ask from you, be true. I'm not ready for no heartbreak. I'm not ready for no mistake. My heart is fragile. Don't wanna go cold. Need you so. Don't you ever let me go. Oh no. I'm out of shadow. Where you go, I follow. Truly on loyalty for sure. Make sure we got a movie.
And I'm that, she that, we that, together forever, I be that. She looked me right in my eyes and called me daddy. She called me daddy. And the next rap, she spot, water, gon' drop, yo hot, don't stop, I eat the vibes. She called me daddy. She called me daddy. I'm her D-A-D-D-Y. I'm that guy, sucking on her neck like I was a vampire. Then it's on to the next spot, I'ma hit that G-spot. Make it climax, take it higher than the treetop. She had, he had, what that mean? We had your body on my body, baby, now let that freak out. Surfing in your water, and I almost got wiped out. That catch that nigga, baby, come see what that pie about. Floyd Mayweather, third round, I'ma knock your lights out. Put your legs behind your head, and I'ma eat that box out. Till you cream, till you scream and scream. Call me daddy, bad like Billie Jean. It's just a milli thing, she say you killing me.
For sure.
Welcome back to Fashion Victuals Radio right here on ripradionetwork.com. Shout out to Courtney B on the daddy video. I see you, girl. It was looking like a whole zaddy up in there. Okay. Let's jump right here in the Fashion Victual News. Brian, what do you have for us today?
Okay. Maybe this will get you extra hot and bothered, which you probably are right now. All right. Last week, ABC announced that Matt James will be the new Bachelor. And he, as you can see on the picture here, he's the first Black man to be featured on the show. Originally, James was supposed to appear on the upcoming Bachelorette production, but production had to stop due to the coronavirus. Now, speaking of the Bachelorette, she had a few things to say about James and in his new role. And no, it's not the one you're seeing here, Claire Crawley. It is Miss Rachel Lindsay, the previous Bachelorette, who, aka, is the first Black Bachelorette. She tweeted last Friday to praise James' announcement, but then she followed the tweet with some very sort of like, I would say, bashing the starting role. She claims this: I would be remiss to not point out the base on the current climate. It feels like a knee-jerk reaction and a result of societal pressure. This announcement, without any further commitments regarding diversity, sweeping brushes deeper into issues under the rug. Miss Lindsay had been very vocal of late because of the current social climate and has been advocating for more diversity on all media platforms and most notably on the Bachelor franchise. So your comments on all this, because the way I feel is like, I don't give a rat's ass about that show altogether.
I was gonna say, because a lot of us don't even watch that show
because there ain't anyone else on there. There's always that one or two token person.
First of all, let's be clear: The Bachelor is freaking whack. Let's be clear. Right. There's so many other dating shows on Netflix and on TV that are way better than that.
I hype up that show again. You so love.
Oh, Love Is Blind.
Thank you.
Hey, an interracial couple came out of that one on top. Like, no bullshit. Like, they got their own YouTube channel that's doing great and all that. But there's other shows too, like what is it? Too Hot to Handle. That's another one. Married at First Sight is another one where there's a lot of more diversity than the Raggedy Bachelor, and it's on ABC. Like, nobody want to see that. I'd rather watch those shows than that one. And my show, 90 Day Fiance. Let's be clear. If they can't get no more diverse than that, when you go across country to meet your man or your woman.
Right. The other thing, though, the sad part about The Bachelor, like I said before, you only got like one or two token, Black people on there, no matter if it's the Black, the male, the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. And then now you figure it's like, okay, even with the Bachelorette, you had more white guys than Black guys on her show when Rachel was on it, and now you figure it's like, well, how many Black people be on The Bachelor for Matt James?
Well, here's my question: when you're a Bachelor or a Bachelorette, do you get to be part of the choosing process of who is on the show?
No, I doubt it. I mean, honestly, of all the shows like this, even like what was that? That old, kind of like the predecessor to The Bachelor, was Undercover Joe or whatever it was. And he admitted the fact he didn't pick these women. He was just an actor. He was just there, all that stuff. So, I mean.
The show is kind of like rigged. Like,
yeah, it technically
at least the ones that I watch are reality TV shows. Like, this is stage drama.
Right.
That's what it is.
That's all it is. It's a whole bunch of see how catty men and women are when they're trying to fight for somebody. So
I wanted to see that. I watch Basketball Wives.
Anywho, all right. Last week, it was announced that Beyonce was in the process of signing a 3-project, $100 million contract with Disney. After Musk's success with Beyonce's role in the I wouldn't say for her role in the live-action Lion King movie and soundtrack, it would seem a perfect fit to solidify this union. Now, one of the first possible projects that the Queen of Beehive rumored to be working on is the upcoming Black Panther sequel. Now, which is scheduled for May 2022. Now, here's the funny part. Just like a game of telephone, the dialogue went way out of hand. The rumor went so far that Beyonce would be cast as X-Man Storm in the movie. Since now that Disney purchased Fox, this allowed Marvel Studios to regain the X-Men franchise, which was under Fox Studio since the first movie back in 2000, which starred Halle Berry as the iconic role. Now, for those of you why Storm may be coming in, because for those who are not into comics, Black Panther, T'Challa is married to Storm in the comic book. So that's why the possible interest of her bringing in here.
For those who are really into Marvel comics, how about that?
No, comics in general, because this story was portrayed in an actual novel. Actually, let me correct that. It was portrayed by a novelist who, for some odd reason, he felt like, because once he got into writing into the Black Panther story about like I think it did 10 years ago, he figures like, hey, this would be cool to bring in T'Challa and Storm together because one, Storm is from Africa, so T'Challa, it will kind of work. And I felt like, wait a minute, how could these two meet? Because it wouldn't make any sense. So that's my main complaint on their hooking up. The other,
but I mean, it's in the storylines.
Well, this was forced. It was a forced storyline because I don't know, Black Panther's been hooking up with a lot of women, along the Marvel universe. So he hooked up with Black Widow. He's hooked up with somebody else. I forgot somebody else way before Storm, and really they never crossed paths. Honestly, they never did. So he figured
her
like
mom. So the Storm's mom was a Kenyan princess.
I understand that, but it still wouldn't make any sense. Unless honestly, I don't know how they're gonna write it in the movie because honestly, I don't know if for me when I saw the movie and towards the end where T'Challa was with her girlfriend at the time and they turned to the skies where you see this cloud coming by, I literally said to my house, "Ooh, a storm is coming," because honestly, that's in my head. That's how these two hook up. My other complaint about this is the Beyonce thing. I honestly felt like the whole rumor mill of putting Beyonce in this movie. Trust me, a lot of people hated the idea because look, the woman can't act. Let's just face it. She's not that great of an actress. She just shows up, acts like she's like herself, and then calls it a day. So honestly, I feel like, look, just have her sing, be on the soundtrack, and that'll be cool.
Now, I'm not a Beyonce basher, but I totally agree. I do not think she is fit for the part of Storm at all whatsoever. She ain't fit for a whole lot of parts, but let's do this one first. Yeah. Now, I did see on social media that there is a petition going around for 30,000 signatures to remove Beyonce from the Black Panther sequel. I'm dead serious. I did see that. And I'm like, the people have spoken. True. They do not want to see Beyonce in the Black Panther sequel at all. And I can agree with that.
If she goes in there, let's say this. If she shows up in the movie and doesn't have a major role in it, if she just shows up, be like one of those dignitaries that just bows and say, "Hello, my king," and just says one line and call it a day, I'm good with that. I don't want her in a starring role and where it's like she's phoning it in. I mean, honestly.
It could be one of the generals.
Shoot, I'd rather have Kelly Rowland be one of the generals than her.
I actually think Kelly would be an excellent general in that movie. I think so.
But as of right now, it is the Beyonce's people are saying that's the whole bit of her being in Black Panther is not true. But then again, if you got a damn petition going out there, who knows? So Yeah. Anywho, well, let's get into
in the Black Panther movie.
That's true. Well, let's get into fashion. So we mentioned several weeks ago that the British Fashion Council and the who runs London Fashion Week would possibly be going a virtual show for the menswear show, which later changed into a gender-neutral show. Well, actually, this past week it officially happened. Yes, they actually did a virtual show, and it came out with much success. As you can see here, as we'll pop it up, so for you all to see, as you can see on the website here, they have a nice little viewing party for a lot of people, and they called it the reset. So that way they can, it's sort of like their version of, hey, we're going to revisionize ourselves. We're going to brand ourselves a little bit better and help out a lot of the designers who felt like the normal fashion shows is not working anymore. So they had the 3-day event. You're able to pick and choose whatever show you would like to go to. You had various options. As you can see here, you can go to any show that you would like to see. And so it was like I said, it was out of much complete success out of the show. So for right now,
London Fashion Week too.
Yeah. So, but for right now, they're
different.
Right. So for right now, they're kind of unsure if they're going to continue to do this in the September dates or the fall dates. But already some highly profiled designers have pulled out from at least one of the big 4 shows. Saint Laurent decided to back in April to pull out the Paris fashion show in the fall. And Gucci's creative director stated that they will be only doing 2 shows per year. So since all this coronavirus and scare tactics and things like that is a lot in question for top designers to be in big time fashion shows, and not just only for this year, but maybe years to come.
Interesting. I mean, it's interesting. I think they're going in a good direction, but I can't see it happening across the whole entire industry. I just can't.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this could be the new thing. I mean, a lot of people, they got a lot of views and a lot of the, and it was kind of convenient for a lot of the shoppers. So, I mean, it like you said, it's the way of the world, the way of the future. Who knows?
So unfortunate. So unfortunate.
Yes. All right. Last story. Now that we're getting back into supposed normal, especially with restaurants taking the crawl as well, where we've mentioned before about social distance dining. As you can see, one corner on the left, that was in Ocean City, and of course, in various places they had some very unique dining setups. Now there are online booking and management services. As you see here, we have Resi, Talk, and Open Table, who are providing help to eateries on the reopening. The tools that they have available are mobile wait lists, capacity monitor, and sort of course, online ordering. And but restaurants needed feedback, so now these spots have the option to send out a survey to get out information on how they can improve on their new service practices. But some of the questions will be considered possibly of COVID-related questions. But as of right now, they don't have that type of question survey yet available. So my main concern, I'm glad that they're providing the wait lists and the capacity monitor. But as for like, hey, are has all your staff been checked for COVID? I mean, I need to be sure. I mean, I don't want to go that extreme, because at least the restaurant, ever since this whole thing started, I mean, immediately has been on top of this and try to prevent any extra problems for their guests.
What was that little dinosaur box thing you had in the corner?
Again, like I said before, they had, like you have mannequins and things of that nature. That's a mannequin. So this is the restaurant where they posted up dinosaurs and stuff like that to block people off from sitting in their particular seats. So a lot of unique, like I said, unique ways of social distance dining.
No comment.
Hey, it's the way of the world. But that is
No comment. All right, thank you, Brian. When we come back, I guess we should jump right into the underground.
Yes, on Fashion Victuals Radio.
We sure will. We'll be back with Genesis and also Cash.
Dot Cash.
Dot Cash. I'm sorry. Dot Cash. Sorry. Dot Cash and Genesis right here on Fashion Victuals Radio. RipRadioNetwork.com.
Oh yeah. Millie gang. Shout out Freaky Stunner, man. You feel me? Valley, Teo, GT.
Swag B.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lately I've been killing shit, man. I'm feeling like 23. Dunking on these niggas, man. They don't know who the fuck they are. That cash. Lately all this money got me rocking all these Jordans. I'm so fresh, niggas mad cause I look like I'm important. Okay, hell yeah, important. Got the chains with a lot of swag. Money in a body bag and I don't need a duffel bag. Lately I've been killing shit, okay, that's what they say. 23s on my feet when I'm in the stew, so I don't play. And my flow is like a jump shot, like it came from Ray. That's a money ball, all I get is money every day. Niggas mad cause I look important every day. Chain swing, and my swagger say loud everything. Millie gang, then my niggas, and the choppers really right. Touch that cash, body bag, and that shit gon' really stink. And I don't need a duffel bag with this money that I bring, cause that cash got a lot of cash. Can't even fit it in my jeans. Got all kinds of J's, got bitches checking out my feet. Diamonds on fleek, gold all in my teeth. Lately all this money got me rocking all these Jordans. I'm so fresh, niggas mad cause I look like I'm important. Okay, hell yeah, important. Got the chains with a lot of swag. Money in a body bag and I don't need a duffel bag.
What does it mean to be underground? It means you gotta be free to be underground. Yo, you got your own key when you're underground. If you're listening to me, yo, you underground. Listen. Sure shot.
Welcome back to Fashion Victuals Radio right here on RipRadioNetwork.com. Welcome to the underground segment. We got Genesis in the building and Dot Cash. What's going on, fellas?
Nothing
How you
new.
doing?
How you doing? We just seen Dot Cash video.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I was
So
shot by Miss Gray too.
Yeah,
Who?
Miss Gray.
Miss
Mr. Gray.
Gray.
Yeah, who's
Our
playing?
engineer.
That's all good.
all right, that's what's up. All right, so let's see. Who should we start with first? Since Dot Cash, we looked at your video first, let's start with you.
Okay, no problem.
So how long have you been doing this?
Probably since I was like 16. I was living out Maryland, and me and my friends was doing some no good stuff, and it was an older guy was like, "Man, y'all ain't supposed to be doing that. Y'all need to come to the studio," and it started from there.
That's what's up. So you are a little older now. What do you think in the game has changed you and the way that your style is in the industry?
I mean, just being where I'm from, period. Like, people from DC don't get a lot of recognition, so I try to be more humble about what I do. I always consider other rap artists better than me, just to motivate myself to go more harder.
Okay. And how long do you think, like, as far as average time in the studio, how long do you think you normally spend in the studio to like do a song or an album at that?
I mean, me and Genesis got a project coming up, and we did that pretty fast. Like, we've known each other for a while now, so I mean, I'm the type of person like if I'm making a song, I try to study the song as much as possible. Like me just writing my words, just going over it before I go in the studio to make a song. It may take me longer to make my verses. I mean, to do my verses in the stew than Genesis singing because it's just that much easier for him.
Gotcha. Okay. Genesis.
Yes.
How about you? How long have you been doing music now?
Well, let me give you a brief synopsis of my past a little bit. My great-grandparents, my mother and father all play instruments on both sides of my family.
Oh, so you was blessed into the music industry.
So I play
Okay.
piano and I sing and I read music, and I've been doing that since I was like 10, maybe.
Okay.
I had a little small piano at 5 years old, but only had like 6 keys, so that don't count.
It's a start. It's a start.
Right. So yes. So but I've had 4 favorite singers who've influenced, I guess, the way I kind of approach music.
Okay, who are your influencers?
John Legend is not one of my favorites.
Okay.
For his classiness, he's clearly like a virtuoso. Then I love Brandy. That's probably one of mine. The first tape I've ever bought was Brandy's "The Boy Is Mine." So that was my thing. Like, to me, you can't find a better tone. That's just my personal opinion. I'm sorry y'all at home, y'all watching. Brandy is, you can't get no better. Ron Wisely, because I prefer my old school.
Okay.
Yes, and I know y'all gonna laugh at this one, but Dionne Warwick. I know that's a bad one to kind of say, but I love her. You gotta launch her back in the 60s.
That's not a bad one.
Dionne,
She just did The Masked Singer and she still got it.
She still has after, and she's
exactly. So I don't know. Yeah. Dionne Warwick is definitely a good one.
Yeah. So those are my 4 favorites. I kind of take those pieces and fuse them as one and kind of build my craft around those.
Okay, so you've been doing this for quite some time. Okay, so what would you say that your sound is defined as?
Eclectic. I feel like it depends. I'm a Pisces, so like with Cash, me and Cash know each other 7 years, 8 years. You're like a brother to me at this point. Even though it's only the 2 of us right now, there's actually 10 of us, so it's more than just. But right now this is our piece, what we're doing with our music. But I kind of feed off energy. So when me and Cash get in the studio, sometimes he'll come up with this part, and then I can wrap everything else around it. Gotcha. Or vice versa. I'll come up with a chorus and he'll wrap everything else around it. So we have a kind of a peculiar way of writing, but when you hear the music, it's fine.
Okay.
Like one of the songs we made, we was just listening to the beat in the car and just made the song up right then and there.
On the way to the studio.
Oh, so y'all got great chemistry when it comes to this. That's good. A lot of people, it takes them years to get to that point when they have a partnership. So when you all collide and you collaborate, like the fact that y'all can like make up a song as y'all in the car, that's dope.
Yeah. It's different.
Has there ever been a disagreement between you two when you worked on projects?
No, because sometimes
I think it's because we trust each other with the music.
And I'll back off. Sometimes some beats are more built for something that he can do more with, and I can just do the sprinkles on top, and then it's vice versa. So it just depends on how the beat is and which way you decide to approach it.
Okay. How many albums do you all have out currently?
I have none.
Okay.
I've been hiding behind the wall. Like I've been writing for a lot of people, so I haven't really been releasing my own music. Cash has more singles. This will be my first release ever, personally.
Okay. So this will be the first release for both of y'all.
For me, Cash has had music before.
You've had music. You've had singles out.
Yeah, I have a song with Courtney B called Daddy.
Oh,
yes, we saw the video. We saw the video.
And I wrote the song. So that's why I said I've been writing.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I've been writing for people way before. Yeah. So
let me get
a quick about that story, about the song you watched the video with Courtney B. Me and Courtney's known each other since the 9th grade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I wrote her music and I called Cash because I was kind of caught in this like place of where I couldn't get the chorus the way I wanted the chorus to be. So he added his part, I added my part, it fused together, and then I kind of, I wrote the song for Courtney. Courtney got on it. She sounds amazing singing it. Please
It does.
go check out Daddy is out.
Yes.
right
definitely.
now.
It's out now.
Go back and watch the video on YouTube because the video was dope.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
Shout out Lamont Baldwin who shot the video.
Yes. Great job.
Awesome. So, gentlemen, what project currently that you all are working on? Like, what is the name of the project?
Cash. You know, so long I can't remember.
It's called the Wrath of Genesis and the Ark of Cash.
What made you all come up with that title?
He came
I
up with
mean,
the title.
it was more so me and like both of us, like parents wise, are like religious. So his name alone, Genesis, like the Wrath of Genesis,
The beginning, yeah.
it should make you think so much, and then the Ark of that cash. So
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. All right. So, I have a lot of questions in my head. I'm just trying to figure out how to
I'm ready.
put this in. Have you all ever had a part in your music career where you was just like, I'm ready to give this up?
of course,
I never started my own music. I think I was scared to do it on my own at first. Like I was like, I'll write for people, but I'll just sit in the background like Neo or something like that until I'm ready to come out. That's kind of where I was kind of positioning myself. But it's unfair to myself not to pursue my own vision of what I wanted to look like. The music, not writing it for other people, but me singing it myself.
Was it fear that you weren't good enough, or was it fear that, this isn't what I really want?
I'm sensitive about what I write. I think more so. I think that I get sensitive that people may not understand it because I'll take different forms. I may give you Bowie today, and I may give you Prince tomorrow, and I do a lot of different music in a way I kind of blend things together. So, and I also play in a band that does more like a funk and a light R&B. So I do a whole lot of different music. I sung classical and jazz. I sung at the Kennedy Center. So there's a whole lot that I've done. So it's like, imagine all those genres on one project. You're trying to make them make sense. So I feel like I found my footing there. I think I'm confident in me and Cash on to something good. And I can't wait till y'all hear it. We almost done the video. We got one more thing to do on Saturday. My part is done. He has to do his part, and then the parts we do together. But we're almost there.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, Dr. Cash, you said that there was a time for you. So what made you come to that point?
I mean, it's always getting discouraged. Like other than doing music with Genesis and my engineer, before I met them, I always was in a group with my family members. Like it's called Block of Millie, where we're not separated, but how I created the theme for it was like we're broken down into two groups, but it's the older guys and the younger guys. But mind you, we're all family. So you got Doe Gang, which is the older guys, which is 3, and then you got Block Nation, which is the younger guys. And that I always got discouraged, but they would be the ones like pumping me up. Like I could probably do a song and be like, man, the song missing something. And they be like, man, you know how you be doing, going there and get hype. So they always like feeding me the energy I needed to keep going wherever I got discouraged about a song or just discouraged, period. Because my cousin, which he's in a part of Doe Gang, he started the whole group for real. Like I've been rapping since 16, but it was until he came to me like, I want to start the group and stuff like that. So I was already looking at my little brothers because they were intelligent young guys. So I was getting them prepared. I just threw beats on and told them start writing. And people started coming about and coming along as we formed the group. Once I first met the engineer, Miss Gray, it was kind of hard for me to like go in the stew without my gang and perform the way I needed to. I mean, the songs were good, I was just missing that energy. But being away from them and being with somebody else showed me how to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like one of the things that gets you hype in the studio is your people, like your family and stuff?
I mean, it's not, what I've learned is not just family, it's energy, period.
Agreed. It's imperative. I feel like that we're all better together anyway. Personally, that's all I've always looked at like that anyway. Whether it's what's going on with Black Lives Matter, or whether it's we're in the studio and all of us at a round table trying to find out what's the best way of making this song be the best that it can be.
Gotcha.
So I'm clearly I boost anybody who links with somebody else to create a situation, because me and Cash didn't have to get together to release a song. You know, he could have released his music on his own, music on my own, but I feel like together we could tackle more different. I can bring in his crowd, he can bring in my crowd. There's ways kind of, I can bring in the singers, he can bring in people who just listen to rap. We can make a cohesive unit here that could be good. So I'm excited about it.
That's like, we have songs other than this project. We have songs together
for years. Yeah, we just haven't released anything, so we have a plethora of music.
Okay.
See, underground. See, now you got to bring it out and put it out there.
Right.
Another question for Dot Cash that I didn't get a chance to ask you is, who are your influencers in the game right now?
The first one is gonna be like Tupac, because he had like the most influence over my rap period, like over my life period. I grew up without my dad, and he was kind of like a person that raised me through music. Like, a lot of my goals in life I base off of things that I done learned from him.
Okay.
Lil Wayne would be one. Wiz Khalifa. It's a lot of people, because to me, with anything I do, I'm like a sponge. If I see it, if I watch it, I can do it. I'm multi-talented. Like, I know how to dance like Usher and them. It's not just rap. Like, I could draw, I could flip. I used to do karate, boxing, a lot of things.
You should incorporate that in your next video.
Right.
I want to see all that. I want to see an action-packed video next time.
I might have the card, okay?
I mean, the video that we supposed to be shooting soon, I probably will do a little something, because the way that I've tried to come into the game is like not trying to be so hardcore, like trying to go give the females something, because guys initially follow and listen to whatever females listen to.
They do.
Surprising enough, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Those honestly, because they're the ones who go to the clubs. They're getting technically for free, so they go there to get listened to the music and stuff. So pretty much whenever you have a showcase, who you see majority of women. So of course you got to give them something to listen to. So it's understandable.
That's because it's summertime, something to dance to.
We got a lot of those songs.
Yeah. Actually, that's the my question is: do you feel that you have to change to cater to a particular audience? I mean, do you feel like because when you're in the rap game nowadays, it's like you gotta be this now, especially things that are hot to give you a big hit. Do you feel like you lose your creative control and your creative self to cater to a particular audience?
It's contingent.
Nah, I never. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
It's contingent. Sometimes I go into a project saying I want to give a deep body of work, so I may give you a Janelle Monáe type of feel, which is really not a bunch of hits. But then there's sometimes you may sit down and write 6 hits because you already know you're gearing it towards your audience and where you're attacking, or you're trying to filtrate into the, in the music industry. So it just depends on what you're doing. And I think I build things around seasons. Sometimes I release most of my fast music during the summertime and most of my slow music during the winter. It just depends. It's all a tactic on how to kind of, that's why I think about it when I'm writing music, even for us. So we'll release certain things now, but the slower stuff may not come till the winter, where the faster stuff is hot now because it's summertime. So yeah, I think sometimes we do change our tactics to be able to be relevant. I mean, I think that's just being an artist, period.
Right. Cash, same question.
I mean, to me, like I make all types I listen to all types of genres of music, so I feel that I can make any type of song at will. Like when the incident started happening about them killing us, I mean it's been going on, but it's more serious now. So yet again, like he had another beat that he played and I just instantly went into mode.
And create the chorus, yeah. It's a wonderful working relationship. You know, beyond the fact that I look at him as a brother, like it's even better because we've never had any personal disagreements. Even when we have sat down and we may not have felt a certain way about something, we met on a common ground and found out where we can meet in the middle. And that's what I love about the working relationship. Right. It's imperative that you compromise. Everything can't always be a way.
What y'all should be asking is why we haven't released our own projects, and this is our first project that we released.
I was going to get to that because as long as y'all both been in the industry, like but that Cash, you've released singles. Now you released singles, but why haven't you made it into an album or an EP?
To me, it was stacking a category that my peers and people that was around me could listen to and give me advice on. Like I got a good ear for the music, but the people around me, I always wanted them to be involved in what I'm doing.
So
that's
do you feel like you have to have people behind you in order to move forward? Or do you think that you can stand on your own when it comes to music at times too?
I can stand on my own. I'm independent artist. I mean, I'm in a group, but like, even though I'm in a group, not to put anybody in my group down, but I'm the go-getter. Like, I'm not the one who made the group. I'm not the manager, but I'm the go-getter, and everybody knows that in my group. So that's another thing. Like, I'm the only one that's still doing music and making videos and stuff like that. They still writing. Like my CEO, he don't want to be in the limelight. He just want to make the music and go about his day. Where I'm telling them, you got to do this. You have to give them something to see.
Do you feel as though it can be a setback because others don't want to be where you are?
No, because at the end of the day, I can't let nobody stop my drive. I mean, if it was meant for them to do it, it was meant for them to do it. If I get my foot in the door, they already know. I'm not the type to be like, oh, you wasn't putting the work in, you can't. Nah, like you my family at the end of the day. Like, that's true. How I feel, if I make it, Genesis made it. If I made it, Miss Gray made it. If I made it, Miss Courtney B made it. These are the people I'm going to take with me, regardless of the circumstances.
Okay, Genesis. Why have you put out an album, an EP?
I think that I've always. Go ahead.
A single.
I think I've always put people before me. It's like every time I got ready to go do my own stuff, somebody was like, I need 12 songs written. I'll write them and I'll be working on their project. I'm singing the backgrounds on the songs, like even Courtney B song, that's me singing the background on some of the music. So I'm always writing. So I finally just, I think it even, the pandemic, even as bad as it is, it put me in a place where I could really focus on me. And I think I've never had a chance to really do that. You know, so I feel like even my writing is just increased because I've been able to really just sit down, sit in the house, focus, just get my pen and paper and just go at it for myself and not have a project. I told people, you gotta give me a second. Let me get myself together first. It's been a long time coming. So, yeah.
So does this mean we'll hear something from you soon?
Yes, the single should be out for me and Cash in probably 2 weeks. Yeah. Then we have something about some. Unless you want me to give you like a snippet.
I mean, if you up for it.
Of the live version?
I don't know how it's gonna sound on the live version, but I want to hear it.
Superstitious, but my sex will make you change. Superstitious, but my sex will make you change. Change religion. Sex will make you change religion. Sex will make you change.
Okay. I'm not gonna say what's in my head right now because Brian already think that there's something wrong with me. So
Hey,
anytime
we
it
had
can make you
September
change.
rain.
It can make you change religions. That pipe run deep. I didn't even know you were sitting at your piano.
Yes, I mean, I had to be prepared. It's going to be to get up there and give you like a good neighbor.
Stay calm and fair. So how has it been working with Courtney B? She's been on the show before. She's such a beautiful soul, just like Miss Julia Unbound. So how's it been working with them?
I mean, the crazy thing about it is when I did the song with Courtney B, I didn't even know her. Like, I thought I was just doing a song with him. So when he telling me about the song, I'm like, come on, let's go. And then when I get in the studio, I'm like, who this? Like, that's Courtney B? That's who you doing the song with? I'm like, okay. And that we didn't even talk or nothing. We didn't conversate. We didn't conversate until like the video, and that's when I met Miss Julia and all that. Like,
well, yeah, I sent him the song, and he knew what the beat sounded like, but I didn't. I was like, I need your help. I never told him where I needed his help. He probably thought he was helping me, but he's not helping me sing something, but he was helping Courtney B sing something.
Gotcha.
Me and Courtney has been known each other since we were like 14. So, and we're still very close now. Me and Juliet's known each other for about 10 years.
Okay.
I met her because I had to write a song for her, and we just remained friends since I've been writing her music. And I even wrote her music for her project.
Okay.
Shout out Courtney B. Shout out Miss Julia.
Right.
They both are dope. They both dope. They both been on the show. Juliet, I met early on, I think like a year or two ago. Mm-hmm. And honestly, because of her personality and her charisma, I just always wanted to keep in touch with her because she just had that beautiful
she
soul.
has that type of she'll do that to you.
Yes. Okay. So
I got a song with her too.
Oh, you got a song with Julia?
There's a lot of stuff coming. Y'all, we're gonna be back. Wait till we release the video. We're gonna be back.
She told me, she was like, we're gonna come back. We're all gonna come back.
We're all gonna come back.
I was like, well, we are always happy to have you back on the show.
Yes, we have to do something with the live band one day with you all. We have to come together.
Yeah, she's told me that too. I was like, wow, y'all really trying to put the pressure on. Okay. The studio. Now, let me tell you, our studio is very small, but we did have a live. We were able to do it. It looked like the tiny desk and the NPR, but we can do it.
Yes, we would love to.
I'm with that.
Even if it's just me, Cash, and I bring my piano, we can give. I can.
There you go. There you go. All right, so I want you all to give everyone your social media handles, where they can find you, where they can follow you. Let's start with Genesis first.
Genesis, that's on Facebook and Instagram. Those are the two places where you can find me. Yeah.
Okay. And .cash, where can everybody find you?
On Facebook is Robert Cash. And on Instagram is Double Cup Cash, of course.
All right. So I thank you both for coming into the underground today. I truly appreciate it. I can't wait for y'all to come back with y'all new project. Y'all are dope. I can't wait to see more. Now, Genesis, I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Did you help her write that song at the beginning of the show that I play playing all the time?
Heels.
Yes. That's my
Oh
song.
yeah, I wrote that, and I'm in the song. I forgot about that. We wrote that a long time ago.
You in the video?
Yes.
I was like, hold up now.
I'm in the video. I helped write that. I'm actually commentating the talking part.
That's
me.
So we play that song before every show. It has become the theme song, the Fashion Victuals. Everybody loves that song. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yes, I love it too. It's really nice. She does a great job on this.
I mean, it's a representation of me. That's why I had to put it out there. That's just how I am.
I really appreciate it. I love it. I tend to work well with the women's voice, so I kind of win. But yes.
I get it. I get it. Well, thank you, fellas, for coming to Fashion Victuals Radio today in the underground. When we come back, we're going to get into the editorial shade right here on Fashion Victuals Radio.
All right, thank you.
Cigarello full of loud, baby, gon' and roll it up. Take 3 pulls of the gas, then you gotta give it up. I take a flight while I'm on a jet, and I'm coasting, no halftime. But you know, yeah, we stay smoking. Son of freaky Don Juan, tell me what you rollin'. Purple blueberry, goddamn, that shit golden. Rollin' bitches back to back, higher the plane we flown in. Millie gang money skyrocket, yeah, we holdin'. On the top spot, dropping ashes on the bottom. Zigzag, I need a chocolate cigarette full of Robin. That shit so loud, can you hear that bitch hollering? Millie gang smoke the best, nigga, no arguing. Don't argue with me, nigga. Millie gang, come down to this smoking shit. Do this. 24/7, 365, all day long. About to light one now, you fuck niggas. How you feel? Zigzag, cigarillo full of loud, so roll it up. I stay blowing on the cloud of gas, man, so light it up. Bottle full of lean, baby, go ahead and pull it up. Thinking that I'm leaning, but you know what, I'm not high enough. Time to bring the willows out, baby, you know what I'm talking about. I roll them in, then puff them out. Saudi smell coming from my house. Smoking weed and getting money, the only thing I think about. And if I pull up smoking, they gon' think of fire at your house. Like Willie gang, the only gang you know that stays smoking out. Roll it up and inhale it, then blow it out. Roll it up and inhale it, blow it out, blow it out.
Everywhere, we be getting money everywhere, yeah. They don't even know, they be throwing shade everywhere.
Welcome back to Fashion Victuals Radio, right here on RipRadioNetwork.com. Let's get into the editorial shade.
Well, shout out to Doc Cash and Genesis. Doc Cash,
yes!
actually, that video kind of is a nice prelude because after this show, we have a very big show coming up, the 500th episode of 420 Friendly Radio.
Shout out to 420 Friendly Radio on their 500th show.
Yeah,
guys, like if you all have not listened to this show or checked this show out, please go check this show out. They are dope. They are fun-loving bunch of guys. They get it in before the show.
Yes,
I can respect
and
that.
they get it in during the show.
Exactly. So please shout out to 420 Friendly Radio for their 500th episode. I'm excited, and it's a great achievement. 500 episodes. That's crazy.
500 episodes.
Crazy.
So, mind you, it's not all on Rip Radio, but again, they've been
Exactly.
a long time, and it's rarity to have any particular show, television, radio, whatever, to have any
And
more
the
than
fact that they're the same original group of guys that started from A1 day one. How about that? No replacements necessary.
Yes. Congratulations to everybody on 420. So now for your shade, I have some, you may have some, because I know you've been quiet for the last couple of weeks with it.
Honestly, I'm shaded out. That's why I'm shaded out.
Oh, I'm not. All right. So, so if you have been seeing recently, somehow again, I think a lot of corporations are getting very overly sensitive, and there's a dinger for it, because of the fact that they feel like, okay, maybe this will cool down all the Black people. Why don't we, again, a lot of corporations are honoring Juneteenth now, giving paid holidays. Starbucks was, got some heat because of the fact of, hey, none of our baristas, can't wear Black Lives Matter shirts, but then everyone got mad at them and said, okay, now you can wear them. Now you can wear them. Because again, that sensitive training you guys took last year probably didn't kick in until then. But my main complaint now is, okay, I think you're kind of going a bit too far with when they decided to now take away Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's faces off of their products.
You think that's going too far?
Hear me out. Okay. I had no problem with their faces. None at all. At least their faces out there. Now, mind you, I know we kind of...
And Mrs. Butterworth.
And Mrs. Butterworth. Well, they haven't done Mrs. Butterworth, but they haven't got to her yet.
Because she looked like Mamie from the 40s.
Yeah, they're gone with the wind. I get it. But my thing is like, okay, there is a positive viewpoint on something that is negative. Now, mind you, if you're going to sit there and tell me that's like, hey, using the N-word is a positive thing, then okay, I'm literally going to have an argument with you. Because now you're just like, well, if you can keep using the N-word, then I feel Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima should just stay on the shelves the way they are. Because I have no problem with their images on there. It's nothing negative about it. Mind you, it is a product. I had to point out to somebody about Uncle Ben's, because when I found out they were going after Uncle Ben's, it was like, wait, you guys, it took you this long to even put this guy on the cover. Now, I was so somewhat Wikipedia corrected, because I feel this is some bullshit. Because when I was a kid, I remember Uncle Ben's, the Uncle Ben on the cover was a white person. They had a white person on the Uncle Ben's cover when I was a kid. And this was like during the 70s and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So then by the time around in the early 90s, especially like after Rodney King incident, that's when they start featuring the more of the Black person on it. And they kind of put that out there. And they kind of made a factual content, informational status about who he is and where he came from and all that stuff. So my viewpoint is like, look, leave him on there. That I feel like it's okay, but damn, you're going a bit too far trying to cancel out everything of anything you feel is quote unquote sensitive, when really it's like, okay, can we honor some of these people that you put on there? I mean, it's just a face. It's just something to present. Mind you, it's nothing negative. It's not a color face person, a person in blackface or anything like that. It's just
right.
Hey, excuse me. It's put some proper representation on it. Give us some history behind it. Like you did with Uncle Ben's. That's all you did. So to at least give them some positive notation to what you're claiming that is negative. Well, honestly, I feel is not negative. But you have something to say.
I mean, I think that the whole thing is anything that's based around slavery, the history of how Black men and women were portrayed in the past, they're trying to remove. And I get it, because we're being so boisterous at this time about Black Lives Matter, that, they've canceled cops. They've canceled a lot of PD. They've canceled a lot of reality cop shows that show any type of police brutality. They've removed the Confederate flag from NASCAR.
Right.
You know, they've taken down statues. So those are things as far as Caucasian wise that represents their history and their past in a negative way. So I think that it's fair enough to say that certain things that was represented as us in the past in a negative way should be removed too.
Like I said, I agree with all that, but here's my main complaint. Okay, to me, this is all window dressing. To me, if someone's like, okay, taking away negative imagery does not help. You can say it is, but really it isn't.
It's not going to help, but it's going to at least put a precedence on some things that we are.
A precedent, but mind you, you can, like I said, put all this nice window dressing up. You can just put the title picture of Uncle Ben's on there, no picture. You can put just you're completely changing Aunt Jemima into something else. I don't know why, but to me, honestly, I take Log Cabin. And I honestly, it's just to me, it's like you're absolutely completely missing the point. I mean,
but
to me,
what's
it's like
funny? We doing all this, right? We're protesting, we burning, we're rioting. I'm gonna say rioting because I don't want to say burning anything. We're rioting, we're protesting, we're angry, we're hurt, we're mad. But yet in the news, I still hear stories of us killing each other.
Black on black or police
black on black.
Oh, that
Like, I mean, recent stories.
Yeah.
Like a father living in Northeast got killed, shot to death. And he left behind 4 kids. He was walking home from work. A woman who did not want to give a man her number got knocked out.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? At a time like this. That's what makes me mad. It's like all the effort and everything that we're doing will go to silence until something else happens as far as quote unquote police brutality, one of them killing us. And then we'll do this whole song and dance again, but yet we're not doing the same shit for the people who are killing us, and that's each other.
Right. Well, again,
that's my shade.
The thing for that is, I really think it's like there's just so many things that are going on, and it's happening all at once. And you know, it feels like again, this is, you know, again, we're living Do the Right Thing. This is Do the Right Thing live. You know, it's just that I haven't had a good pizza in a while. So, I mean, honestly, that's how you feel. I mean, it's summer, it's getting hot. A lot of people are angry and frustrated over something that, again, here's the thing. Like I said, the people that need to be doing this, who needs to be talking about this and needs to address this, is not only nationally with the Senate and Congress, but also locally with, you know, your council members and things like that. But the thing is, the sad thing is like we may have to wait until November to get the right people in there to promote proper change. And again, that will take time because you have to implement new policies and you have to, you know, again, go through all this talking and all this stuff. But I think that's the point where I think all this window dressing is being done now because it's like, oh, at least we're doing something. We're doing this. You know, we're promoting this. We're showing you that we're doing something. It's like, no, you're not. You are just showing us that, hey, corporations are doing, quote unquote, doing something. But as for actual policy making, actual laws being passed, actual, you know, things that implement that will affect proper change in all of us, that's not happening. That what is you're not seeing. That is not what's really being talked about. That is the real main problem. And it like I said, it's a trickle down effect from, mind you, all the police brutalities and things like that, and black on black crime still happening. Again, you still got to deal with climate change. You still got to deal with certain situations dealing with population situations and pollutions and all that stuff. There's a whole bunch of hack of shit that we've been dealing with for so long. And I feel like mind you, everyone was worried about 2012. No, 2020 was the date we should have been worried about. And figured it's like everything's hitting the fan. I mean, mind you, you still got to deal with hurricane season. We just lost 7-Eleven's free 7-Eleven day. You know, damn it, I wanted my free Slurpee, you bastards. You took away the only happiness that a lot of people were having, and you took that away. You guys are fucking shit. I'm sorry. That's my shade for them. 7-Eleven, you're wrong. You know you're damn wrong.
How are they wrong, Brian? People need to keep protected.
I want my free Slurpee. I don't care if it was in a Dixie cup. I wanted my free Slurpee. Damn. I mean, that's all what people needed. Give them a little happiness. Give them a little hope. And you take away that, bullshit.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. In a time like this, especially like this, the 2020 has started off shitty. Like, let's be clear. Kobe died in January, and it's been a shit since.
Okay, it started in February, but mind you, hey, as long as the New England Patriots didn't win the Super Bowl, that was good for me. After that, it's been hell. So maybe that's what it is. The Patriots. Sadly, we need the New England Patriots to win the Super Bowl again to make everything all good. Hell no.
No. If that has anything to do with the fuck 2020 is right now, they need to win the Super Bowl next year.
Jesus.
I'm okay with that. Just don't put Tom. Well, he left New England anyway. So yeah, I'm all for it then. Because I do not want to experience anything like this ever again. Ever again. This has been shit. Complete shit.
I think Elon Musk needs to make some more, make those ships, make those spaceships, get them prepared to go to the moon and Mars, built those colonies, because I'm ready to get off this planet for a while. If it keeps going the way it's going, I'd rather be on the moon, be on Space 1999 and enjoy myself on Alpha 1, because I ain't dealing with this no more.
It's a sad story that we have to even talk about this right now. My summer is ruined, completely ruined.
It hasn't even started yet. Officially, today is the first day of summer. So
I thought it was the 20th or the 23rd.
Oh yeah, it's the 20th. Or yeah, I will be on Father's Day. That's what it is. So, but yeah. So first, well, let's leave for. Honestly, well, technically, summer for a lot of people, yes. All that money that they are saving to go to some crazy trip, be on a cruise and things like that.
Right.
I mean,
I don't do cruises, so I'm good on that.
Yeah. So at least one thing, at least you'll be saving that money and hopefully build it up for something else. So, it will go to something better and more productive.
It is. I bought myself a nice Ninja Foodie air crisper pressure cooker 3-in-1.
That's hey, keep up with that home cooking, save some money eating out and all that stuff. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh my God. I just got it today too. And it's sad that that's the happiest I've been since this whole thing started, is the fact that I bought that thing. I was so excited about it. I was like, this is what it's come to. Buying shit for my kitchen because I can't buy little cute outfits to wear out because I can't go nowhere.
Well, at least you'll be, if you're still working out, you're being active. You'll
no.
Oh Lord.
None of that, Ryan. None of that. No working out.
We need. Shit, the gyms are back open.
I refuse. I refuse. I've seen what people do in the gym when I was going before COVID. I could just imagine how it's going to be now. Granted, it might be a little cleaner. People may be a little more distant from one another, but I'm just not there yet mentally to do that. I'm just not.
I understand. Well, I have a home gym, so
lucky you.
So I was going to the library near where I live, and they they have a gym area, a recreational area. So it's a library / recreation setup. And they had a gym upstairs, and I was going there until
Georgia Avenue.
Huh?
The one on Georgia Avenue.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had all that.
Yeah, you have to be a Montgomery County recreational member to gain access.
Well, la-di-da.
So, and you have like certain year memberships. You have a 6 month or a year, and my 6 month ended last month. So it's kind of like, okay, I don't need to go anymore. So I just want to at least go there and get myself started and enjoy myself. And you know, I had my home indoor equipment for a while, so it just forced me to be active and, you know, do it. So but yeah, it's all about now. It's like, look, I'm not giving up on 2020 because look, I know you took away my Slurpee. Just don't take away my baseball. I mean, mind you, I slowly enjoy the Korean baseball that ESPN's been putting on, but I want to see my team, the Orioles, at least once this year, you know, just to see the black, orange, and white, you know, just at least once before the Ravens come onto the field. But Major League Baseball, you know, and the Players Union are acting like a bunch of children, and I'm getting sick and tired. It's like, look, I dealt with this in '81. I dealt with this in '94. I'm tired. Look, guys, this is the wrong time to be
Brian,
bitching.
you're telling your age.
I don't care. So you can see the gray. So, you know, so honestly, it's like maybe the grays, but that's where the stress is coming from, because it's stressing me out to see baseball acting like idiots. I mean, come on. And it's like, look, you guys got new commissioner, new vision, supposed to be new vision, new focus, and you guys are doing the same shit. Look, I'm happy the WNBA be planning to come back. The NBA is coming back. Women's soccer is coming back. Men's soccer is back. Actually, I just saw some highlights of the Premier League. So they came back. So of all the leagues that hasn't come back is baseball because they're bitching. That's it. And I'm sick of it. It's like, come on, you guys are making money hand and foot. Just, you know, just take a pay cut and just go out and play. Damn. That's all you have to do. Shoot, if I see the little leaguers playing, then that's a real problem.
If it takes away my birthday, no one will be happy.
Oh, yeah, that countdown is coming for that one, too.
No one will be happy. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, Lord. So, anything new happening for the Pillow Talk Lounge? Or
we have ended our season.
Oh, that was quick.
Not really. Because if you think about it, we did the quarantine lives, and then we did put out some pre-recorded, episodes too. So I think we did about a good 8 episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, to me, that's quick. Yeah. Honestly, when you do 8 episodes, like, whoa, that was damn.
Well, we did 8. We did 8 in season 1. So
yeah. I get you. Nowadays, television, you know, they figure it's like, you know, I got to think of like British television, because sometimes, because I was watching during, you know, binge watching, I was watching a show that my mom recommended me to. I only saw its first season, and I was figuring it's like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe you know, I was going fine, and next thing, episode 6, and it's like, okay, and now we're waiting for episode 7. It's like, oh, it's over. Okay, so it's, you know, it was kind of quick.
I mean,
so, yeah.
Due to what's going on right now, as far as the pandemic, it's been a little tougher to kind of do our pre-recordings. So had to do what we had to do, but at least we were able to keep it afloat for as many episodes as we could, just as much as we did for season 1. So, but season 3 is definitely going to be a banger. So hopefully everybody is tuned in for season 3. Other than that, that's it. I mean, we're still cold and strong. I could tell you that much.
Yeah.
So
I know the other question is a lot of people be asking is when are we going back into the studio, or do you feel like you want to wait until July or maybe till your birthday?
I'm still trying to wrap that around my head right now, because I am slowly trying to get out the house more. But I do know that I still need to be cautious.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I feel right now, as far as going back into the studio. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. But again, we still have our StreamYard, and you know, a lot of people been been happy using this as well as so. But speaking of StreamYard, and since you're not doing any Thursday, but we got something for you on Friday, so remind everyone again that you'll be on my game show.
Oh yes,
time.
Battle of the Queens.
Yes, so you'll be going up against Real Talk Uncensored and female personality of the year, Miss Kiki. So you two will be battling out. So it'll be very interesting. So, and you'll find out on Friday what type of game you'll be playing. So I like to keep.
So you're not going to tell anyone.
Nope. That's the fun part, just to see your reaction and how you handle a game that comes out of the blue. So you'll like the game. It's pretty fun and very entertaining. So
I mean, I'm good. I'm always entertained. I'm excited. It should be fun. It'll be a good Friday night fun watch. Let's put it like that.
Yeah. So we'll be your prelude to the next verse matchup between Alicia Keys and John Legend. At least we'll get you excited, because those two, the piano buffs. I mean,
I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be just what we need right now. Just like Kirk Franklin and Fred Hammond. I was up there like, yes.
Honestly, here's the thing. If they were smart, they would move it to Saturday to compete with Trump's rally and see how many views people will be going to it. So
I thought he rescheduled it.
He did. Trump did, yeah. Because he felt like, again, because of my black friends, telling him that it would be a bad idea to do the 19th in Tulsa. So why don't you?
His niece is about to do a tell-all book, and I can't wait for her to release it. A tell-all. I mean, all up in the Trump family. She telling everything, even what happened to her brother, who apparently, quote unquote, died of a heart attack.
Oh.
And her uncle had something to do with his death.
Ooh.
Can't wait to read this. See how grimy he really is.
All right. Well, I'm all. That's the show.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in to Fashion Victuals Radio this evening, and happy Hump Wednesday to you. Hopefully you can get your hump on. A lot of us can't right now. So make sure you tune in. And if you missed this episode, go back and watch it on all of our platforms: YouTube, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Roku, and iHeartRadio, along with SoundCloud. And like and subscribe. Yep. And make sure you hit that ring, that little bell thing.
Dick?
No, I didn't say dick. That thing, the bell on the you know what, Brian? Shit.
Yes, it's all on you.
The bell on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that you are updated and notified whenever we have a new episode. Everybody have a good evening. Again, congratulations 420 on your 500th episode. And I hope you all have 500 more. Peace.
Yes. And also shout out to Doc Cash and Genesis. Thank you for coming on. So we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Good night.
Yes. Good night.